believe that God was still telling me, like, don't give up yet. Like, there's something else that I have for you.
Share all the things that we love about home and encourage others, like, to go try these things too and to love their homes and find the beauty in the everyday. We just filmed and did record.
Hey guys, and welcome to our channel. Jen here in my backyard. So one of the projects, and Autumn of course, one of the projects that was the first project that I started doing on my own was a board and batten wall. My husband was always doing projects for me, and I really wanted to figure out how to do things on my own so that I didn't have to keep asking him and making a honey-do list. And so a board and batten wall was the first thing I tackled in my laundry room. We happen to be doing a shed, and this is just a regular shed that my husband built, but I wanted to make it a little fancier by adding some board and batten, just make it add a little bit more character to it. So I'm going to show you how to do that today, because that was one of the questions that we've gotten of a tutorial for that. So it's really actually very easy. I already went ahead and put on the trim boards on the top and bottom. You just measure to the length of your wall. That's optional, but I think it looks nice to make it finished. And then I'm using these smaller pieces. You can do it with, traditional board batten has the thicker pieces, but this is more of the look I'm going for. So all I did was cut these to length. I already did that. Usually I use a miter saw, which is in my garage, but you can use any type of saw that you have. Miter saw makes nice straight cuts, but really any saw will work for this. So the first thing that you want to do is measure out the spacing of where you want the batten pieces to go. So I decided I wanted to do 12-inch spacing. It's a 8-foot wall here, so you want to measure the length of your wall and kind of figure out even spacing. Traditionally it's 12, sometimes shorter, sometimes more spaced, but I think 12 inches is a pretty good spacing. So what I did was just took you could take a ruler or level, and I just measured out 12-inch marks. So I did one there, and then one there. Just mark it with a pencil, and those are going to be the marks for your vertical pieces of wood to go. So that's the first thing you want to do. And then after that, like I said, you just cut the pieces in the length that you need them. Measure up. So you want to go ahead and make sure that it's level. The bubble in the center. And then once you found that it's level, just going to take a nail gun. I love this Ryobi Airstrike nail gun that I've used. You could use a hammer and nails, but this makes it a lot easier. So I highly recommend getting a nail gun if you can, or if you don't already have one. And then you just put a few of these in there. And that's the first piece. So you just continue to do this with all the pieces. And I typically go to the left of my line just so that I keep my 12-inch spacing. And just check make sure it's level. And that's really all there is to it. So we're going to do that with the rest of the remaining pieces. And then after that, you can caulk in between the lines just to make it an even surface to paint. And then you just want to paint it whatever color. I'm going to paint it this white that I already painted the rest of it. I'm also going to add an end piece just because this was already here, but I need a thinner piece I'm going to use a thinner piece of lattice just to match up so it's not hanging over, but I don't have that, so I'll add that later. And then I'll come back and show you the finished product once it's all painted and done. Thanks.